Everybody, thank you for joining. Sunil here. Can you hear me? Please confirm in the chat box. Thank you. Thank you very much. What's the plan for today? Yep. Let's stop the chat. Yes. This is our agenda for today's session. We'll understand what is status check. Protecting the incidents from accidental termination. Termination is something which we cannot undo. Okay, once the machine is terminated, it's permanently removed. So if you think few instances are very, very important, it's always better to protect those instances from accidental termination. How can we do that? We'll be understanding the difference between scale up, scale down, scale in, and scale out. This is also called as vertical scaling and horizontal scaling. We'll be discussing that. Very important. We have to understand the difference between vertical and horizontal scaling. We'll be spending some time on volumes. We never discussed more about volumes. This is the first time we are learning about volumes. How can we attach a volume? How can we detach a volume? And if time permits, we'll also discuss about the concept of snapshots. We'll also discuss about the concepts of snapshot. This is all our plan for our today's session. Okay, thank you very much. So before getting into the agenda of today's session, as usual, let's have a quick interaction and then get into the concepts of today's session. This time it's Ghaffar Khan. Good morning. How are you doing? Can you hear me? Could you please unmute yourself and talk? We cannot hear you, Ghaffar. Looks like some issues with your microphone settings. Let's move on with Deepak Patra. Hi, Deepak. How are you doing?
Hi, Sunil. Hi. I'm doing good. What about you?
Thank you. I'm doing well. Thank you. How is AWS? Is it interesting or boring?
Yeah, it's fantastic actually for me because I'm from the same background like yours.
Okay.
I'm working as Oracle EBS, and I always wanted to learn AWS.
New technologies, latest. Okay.
It's superb experience.
So slowly you are getting. Yeah.
Sorry. Yeah. So I've been waiting for my turn to speak from last 3 days.
Okay. As you know, there are more number of participants raising
Yes,
their hands, so I randomly pick up. That's it. Okay.
Yeah, I can
So
understand.
thank you for your feedback. I hope you are enjoying the sessions, and you hope
very much.
please continue till the last day so that you can get the best of the training and do hands-on. Okay.
Yes. I have all the recordings and dumps. I already.
And one more important point, Deepak, if you learn AWS, you can learn any other cloud platform very soon. The user interface and the terminology changes. That's it. You can learn Azure, you can learn Oracle Cloud also. All these are almost the same, isn't it, Deepak? Something same. Deepak, I hope if you let's say, for example, if you learn how to work with Oracle database, you can also work with SQL Server. The concepts, views, indexes, everything will be the same, isn't it?
Yes, I
select statements, tables. So concepts will be the same. The only user interface and the terminology differs. Okay. So I hope you will carry on your momentum and then get the best of the training.
Definitely. And my purpose is to learn AWS. I just want to switch my EBS career to AWS. I want to get a job in AWS. So
okay. Recently, just half an hour before, I got a call from our previous batch. He has successfully changed his current platform to AWS and DevOps. I was unable to talk to him because I was driving. After this session, I'll call him and then I will share the success story.
Oh my God! Okay. Yes, yeah. I heard a lot of success story in LinkedIn also.
Okay.
LinkedIn also. You're fantastic. You're doing fantastic job.
Thank you, Deepak. Any technical questions?
Yes, I have one technical question from yesterday's class about the subnet.
Auto scaling.
Auto scaling, yes. And I heard, I saw somewhere you have selected auto scaling. So there I skipped there. I don't know, but with the connection problem or something, my Zoom got switched off and restarted. So I skipped that part. Can you just let me know about the subnet where we select and what is the use of subnet and all?
No, very simple. When you're when the traffic increases, the concept is new issue to machine gets created, right?
Yes.
So obviously in Mumbai region only it gets created, but in Mumbai region there are different subnets. Subnets are nothing but partitions. Okay. So you have to clearly mention in which subnet you want that. In the auto scaling group, this was you have missed it in step 4. Okay.
Yeah.
In the auto scaling group, you have to mention in which subnet you want the EC2 machine to get created. So I'm selecting the first subnet. So in the Mumbai region, in this particular subnet, the machines gets created. That's it. Okay.
So multiple subnets can be created. Subnets.
You can create it. You can select any subnet, but better to mention which subnet you want because you can easily refer in case if you want to check.
So what is the significance creating multiple subnets?
It's not we are not creating subnets.
Okay.
What is a subnet?
That's what I skipped yesterday about the subnet thing. Yeah.
No. So I hope you know every minute is important. So
yes, I know.
Which you listen.
It's automatically get restarted my Zoom. I don't know what happened.
Okay. So what is Mumbai?
Really sorry. Mumbai is a region.
Yes, you are right. You're from which city?
I'm from Jharkhand, Jamshedpur.
Okay. Mumbai is a region.
Yes.
Region is divided into partitions.
Yeah.
Region is divided into
partitions.
And these partitions are called as subnets.
Oh, I see.
These partitions which we create inside the region.
It's region, yeah.
The partitions which we create inside the region is subnet. Point 1. Did you create Mumbai region or is it predefined?
Predefined.
In the same way, subnets are also predefined. The Mumbai region is having how many subnets? 3 subnets.
3? Yes.
The name of the subnets are AP South -1A. Okay. And AP South 1B and AP South 1C. Okay.
I see.
These are the 3 names of the subnet. So when the traffic increases, the new EC2 machine should be created, isn't it? So it will ask you in which subnet you want that new EC2 machine to be created. So I have selected first subnet. You can select any subnet, does not make any difference. Okay.
Okay.
Clear?
Yeah, clear. Thank you so much. Yeah, thank you so much. Thank you so much. Yeah. I just have this question.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. Thank you. Bye-bye.
Yarmal Bhargav, how are you doing?
Hi, Sunil. I'm good. How are you?
I'm doing well, thank you. Your voice is a little low. Yes, your question, please.
Yeah, actually, yesterday, this is my second session. Actually, I was there in my. No, not like this. I attended 64th session and I purchased Duns and Drum.
Okay.
And
yeah,
this is for my revise. Yeah. Actually, my question is, we're going to do auto scaling. So, is there any way that we can get the report like weekly when the utilization is high, like when the utilization is
your voice is not clear,
Yarmal. Now is that clear?
It's not clear. Hello?
Yes. Now is that clear? 1 second. Some network issues.
Okay, so please tell me. I'll try to catch up. I'll try. Let's have one more attempt. Yes, tell me your question.
Yeah. Now my voice is clear.
Yes, it is clear now.
Yeah. Actually, we will do auto scale. We just given the bandwidth, the required parameters for auto scaling, right? So, is there any way to get the report like when we are crossing the minimum level to maximum level, and where?
What do you mean by maximum level? Minimum number of instances and maximum. Your question is, how can we get the information when the new EC2? Is that your question?
Only in particular day and all. So can we?
I have lost your voice again, Yarmal.
Can we track that? Sorry.
What do you want to track? When the machine is getting created, when the machine is getting deleted, am I right?
Yeah, when the exact time. Yeah, when the during.
Do you remember we have created a notification service and we have created a group in SNS?
Yes, Sunil.
Can you tell me what is the purpose of this?
Yeah, to get the notification whenever it is created. I'm asking about when can we pull the report like during like every Tuesday it is getting created, or every Wednesday
No,
only?
no. How can you say that Tuesday is getting created? Did you hard code it anywhere the date and time you want the new mission to be created?
No, because sometimes there will be a drip. I'm presently working on this same background. Say there will be
Okay.
some drip launch. For example, I have a AMD. One of my client is AMD. So
Okay.
they will be hosting. They will be hosting every Tuesday. There will be a drip launch. So
Okay.
we are manually doing auto scaling. I mean
Okay.
scaling up the servers and all.
Okay.
So is there any possible like?
You want to get the report.
Yeah, we want to get the report. Is that
You in
possible?
a simple notification service, not only on a event on a particular event, we can also get weekly reports from the CloudWatch service. Okay.
Okay.
So how can we get the weekly reports from the CloudWatch service? You have to wait Yarmal. Okay. So
Okay.
every
Okay.
Tuesday you want a report, isn't it? That's what you want, isn't it? A
Yeah,
specific
yeah.
date and time
Every
you want the report.
Tuesday. Yeah, every Tuesday.
You
How
can get
many?
that. You can get the complete report to your email. So that is using CloudWatch. You have to wait for a few days. Okay.
Yeah, sure. Thank you. Thank you
Thank you,
so much.
Yarmal.
This is what.
Sorry, I have missed you.
Yeah, this is wonderful session. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Thank you. Thank you. If you're happy, please refer your friends.
Yeah, yeah, sure.
So let's move on with one final interaction and then get into the today's agenda. Yes, Sanket Doshi.
Yeah.
How are you?
Actually, I'm fine. And how are you?
Doing well, thank you.
Actually,
from
I
which,
have joined. I'm from Ahmedabad,
Okay.
and I have joined the DevOps batch today for morning. And
How is
from
today's
that,
morning class?
yeah, and from that I come to know about that AWS batch is also running. So I have
Okay.
joined it today only, and I want. I mean, if available, I can get previous previous recording of
Send
available.
an email to our email address. You have our email address, Sanket?
Yeah. Actually, I
All
have
your
sent the mail.
concerns.
Yeah, actually, I have sent the mail. They have given me the link of 3 videos which are available on
Okay.
YouTube, and
Okay.
for the rest, I have to pay.
You have to make the payment of 999 rupees. If you
Actually,
make
I want just
999 rupees,
I
you will
want,
get
if
all the videos
possible,
once after
if,
after session.
if possible, I just want 7 videos only till date.
No, not possible. Okay, I'm sorry for that. Okay, you have to
Okay.
pay 999 rupees. It's a nominal amount so that you can get all the videos. Okay,
Okay.
thank you. One more. Okay, interaction is also important to maintain the momentum. That's what I feel. So let's have one more interaction and get into the concept. Sandeep Sontake. Sandeep, you are allowed to unmute yourself.
Yeah, Sunil, good morning.
Good morning, Sandeep. How are you doing?
I'm doing great. How are you?
Doing well, thank you. Yes, your question.
Yeah, actually, I was waiting for a long time. From
Okay,
2-3
thank
days.
you. You're from which
Yeah.
Hyderabad?
No, I'm from Pune only.
Okay. Many are from
Yeah.
Pune.
Yeah, actually, one of my friend referred your class, Allah Bakash. I hope you know him.
Allah Bakash, I know.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know him.
Actually, 3 years back, I was in Hyderabad in Amirpet for 2-3 months.
Okay.
And I
I
met
hope
him.
you know how is Amirpet market for the training.
Yeah, I know very well.
Okay. Yeah.
And it was wonderful session, and I got the recordings as well. From the yesterday topic, I wanted to ask you one question about the ASG auto scaling
About?
group. Auto scaling group.
Okay. Yes, your question.
Yeah, auto scaling. So I just wanted to one question. So we can skip the auto scaling, right? We can also add manually create the instances, and
You
we can
can.
attach, we can
Yeah,
attach
you
it
can
to
do
the
that.
load balancing, and then we can we link that
You
to
can
the
do that. You can do that, no doubt. At any point of time, you can do that, but it is not called as auto, isn't it? Everything happens automatically. It should happen. If the client don't want it, let's say client wants to manually add the EC2 machines. You have a team where you start constantly following the monitoring tool. If you feel the traffic is increasing at that point of time, you can inspect one more machine and then add it to the load balancer. Manually can also be done. Okay.
Okay. Thank you. And
Thank you, Sandeep.
yeah,
And,
keep
I
going.
hope
You
we
are
will.
doing very well, job.
Thank you, Sandeep. Okay. So I hope you'll also enjoy the training. Thank you. Let's move on. Okay. Something new. Let's learn more. Status checks. What is status checks? Okay, let's experience in practical. Let's connect to AWS account and let's create one EC2 machine. Let's log in. Services, EC2. I hope you are terminating the missions after practicing. Okay, please do that. Please terminate the missions after practicing. Oh God. So right now I'm in Singapore region. I don't want to work with Singapore region. I hope you remember right from day one, we are working on Mumbai region. So let's go back to Mumbai. Okay. So there are existing instances. As you can see, we have 4 instances right now. This I'm using for a DevOps batch on an altogether completely different setup. That's fine. Okay. Let's create a new instance. Let's create a simple instance. Okay. And then we'll discuss about status checks. Can you see here we have a column called status check? We have never discussed this before. So let's learn more about status checks. Let's launch the instance. I'm going with Amazon Linux. T2 micro instances, only one instance, which comes with 8 GB of storage. Security group, okay, I'm opening SSH port, fine. Review the details, click on launch. You can create a new key pair. You can also choose an existing key pair. That's not a problem. So I'm going with creating a new key pair. Anything KP with today's date. 17 is a key pair which I'm downloading. Key pair already exists. Okay. KP 18. My desktop, we have created AWS 11 AM. Here we are saving all the key pairs. Fine. Launch instances. View instances. So you can see this is the new machine. It's still in the process of creating. So let's name it as machine 1. Okay. All the key pairs you can, whatever the key pairs you have generated when you're creating EC2 missions, you can see all the key pairs. I have 36 key pairs. Okay. So if you want, you can delete these key pairs, not a problem. Okay. These are all the security groups which you have created as part of creating EC2 missions. There are 31 security groups. Okay. When you don't want the key pairs, when you don't want the security groups, you can delete it. There's one default security group. Don't disturb that. Okay. Okay. Observe there's something called status checks. It's still initializing. Let's learn more about status checks. Whenever you create an EC2 mission, friends, whenever we create an EC2 mission, every EC2 mission should pass 2 checks. Every EC2 mission should pass 2 checks. These are called as status checks. Okay. One is instance status check. The other one is system status check. Every EC2 machine, when you create, should pass 2 checks. The check 1 is instance status check. The other one is system status check. So it will take some time. It will take some time to initialize the status checks. But you can say, as I mentioned, there are 2. Every EC2 machine should pass 2 checks. One is instance status checks. Let's discuss. The other one is system status checks. Okay. If you're getting a message 2 out of 2 passed, if you're getting a message saying that 2 out of 2 passed, that means both the status checks are passed. Generally, 99% both the status checks will be passed. So 2 out of 2 checks passed. This is just information to the end user like us, whoever is using an EC2 machine, saying that this EC2 machine has passed both the status checks. What are both the status checks? Instance status check and system status checks. Fine. If you're getting 1 out of 2 passed, what does that mean? one check failed, and obviously one check passed. That's the meaning of 1 by 2 passed, isn't it? 1 out of 2 checks passed. That means one check passed and one check failed. Okay. So let's experience this particular status check which I just created. Let's refresh. Still initializing. So when you're getting 1 out of 2 checks passed, you can understand that the one check is passed and one check is failed. How to know which one is passed and which one is failed? Okay. So let's try to understand that. Shraisha, good morning.
Good morning, sir. It's evening here.
Oh, Canada?
Melbourne.
Oh, Australia. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So what do you mean by 2 out of 2 checks passed?
2 out of 2. That means in instance status check is passed.
Okay.
Yep.
My question is, what do you mean by 2 out of 2 checks passed?
Oh, okay. That means the instance, like it's running in the running state.
Instance status check is passed.
Yes.
Okay. What
Yeah.
about system status check?
It is also passed.
Yes. When you're getting 2 out of 2 passed, when that means both the checks are passed. Okay. Am I
Yeah.
right? Sure.
Yeah.
Sure. If you're getting 1 out of 2 passed, what does it mean?
The system status check is passed.
How do you know? It could be instance also, right?
Oh, yeah. That's true. Yeah.
One is passed, one is failed. One anything
is
can
passed,
pass and
one is
anything
failed,
can
yeah.
fail. Okay. How can you guarantee that system status check is passed?
Like I believe that instance would be over the system, like first
Okay.
the system. Yeah, this is what I believe.
This means that you're already learning AWS ahead of us. You're right.
Okay.
Probably good. You go through any document.
Yeah.
Okay. Which one?
Actually, yours only.
Okay.
A batch 69.
Okay.
But simultaneously, I
Good.
joined DevOps and
AWS, you're very, very busy. Huh?
I got inclined towards DevOps. So first I completed DevOps. Then
Okay.
I thought, let me now complete AWS.
Okay. Very good. Perfect.
Yeah.
Straight. So let's understand from a beginner point of view, what do you mean by 1 out of 2 checks passed? So every EC2 machine should pass 2 checks. Okay, first you get a message as initializing, and then you get a 2 out of 2 checks passed. So I just want to show you. Okay, see here now, 2 out of 2 checks passed. That means both are passed. What are the names of the 2 status checks? You can see here in the status checks tab. You can see the names of the status checks as mentioned here. One is system status check. The other one is
Instant
instance
status check. Yeah.
Instance status check is related to operating system. Okay. System status check is related to hardware.
Hardware. Yeah.
Instance status check is related to operating system. System status check is related to hardware. When you're getting 1 out of 2 checks passed, in case 99% you get both of 2 will be passed. In case if you're getting 1 out of 2 checks passed, that means this is guaranteed that the instance check is failed. Instance check, that means the operating system has been failed.
Yep.
And obviously what one is passed, so obviously rest is the system check is passed. I hope I'm not confusing all the participants. If you're getting 1 out of 2 checks passed, the instance status checks fails. So what you have to do is the solution is you have to restart the instance. If you're getting 1 out of 2 checks passed, go to actions and just simply reboot. We have an option rebooting the instance. When you reboot the instance, automatically AWS is intelligent. It identifies that the instance status check is failed. Some issue with related to operating system. So it again reloads the new operating system. So you also know how to troubleshoot this 1 out of 2 checks passed. The solution is you need to restart. If you're getting 2 out of 2 passed, but 2 out of 2 checks passed, that means 2 out of 2 checks fail. That means obviously Shah, both will be failed.
System is also failed. Yeah.
Both checks are failed. In fact, technically speaking, when you're getting 2 out of 2 checks failed, that means system check is failed. It's a hardware failure. When you're getting 2 out of 2 checks passed, it's hardware failure, because when hardware fails, obviously operating system does not load on malfunctioning hardware. So the operating system will also fail. So when
Yes.
system status check fail, automatically instance check will also fail. When system status check fails, automatically, no doubt, instance status check will also fail. So you get 2 out of 2. Sorry, not 2 out of 2. Now I'm right, isn't it? Sure. 0 out of 2 passed.
0 out of 2 passed. Yes.
So 0 passed. No, both are failed. Because when system status check fail, instance status check will also fail. Why? Because when your hardware is not properly working, operating system definitely will not get loaded. So both will be failed. So the troubleshoot solution, what you need to do, you have to stop the instance and start the instance. You may have a question, what does that mean? How does it differ when you're stopping and stopping? In case of hardware failures, when the EC2 machine is having a hardware failure, you have created an EC2 machine and the EC2 machine system status check fails. Automatically what happens is when you stop and start the instance, automatically AWS will move that particular EC2 instance to a completely different hardware. Got it?
Yes.
Sure. So
Yes.
it obviously uses a new hardware. When it uses a new hardware, there will be no hardware failures. When there is no hardware failures, the system status check will pass. And obviously operating system will be loaded on the new hardware. So operating system will also pass. So you get finally 2 out of 2 passed. Okay, clear? Straight?
Yes.
Every
Yes.
EC2 machine should pass 2 checks. One is system, the other one is instance. Instance is related to operating system. System status check is related to hardware.
Yes.
And you also now know the solution. How can we troubleshoot it? If the instance status check is failed, if that is 1 out of 2 passed, that means instance status check is failed. So that means you have to restart it. If you're getting both are failed, then you have to stop and start the instance. That's how you have to troubleshoot it. If anybody asks you about the status checks, we should be in a position to answer it. Now you know what is status checks and how to troubleshoot it. Okay. Thank you.
Yes.
Am I clear? Am I clear about status checks? Any questions on status checks, please raise your hand. Any questions on status check, please raise your hand. Okay. Vikas Kumar.
Yes, sir. Are you able to hear me?
Yes, we can hear you. How are you?
I'm fine, sir. And 2 by 2, 0 by 2 by 2 failed. Means first one we can say if it is telling 1 by 2 means one failed.
No. You will not get something called fail. Look at this. There are 3 options. Vikas?
Yes, sir.
There will be 3 options, isn't it?
Yes.
2 by 2. Think from past point of view. Past. 1 by 2. Past. 0 out of 2. Past. Okay. These are 3 options, isn't it?
Yes, sir.
What does that mean when you are getting 2 out of 2 past? What does that mean, Vikas?
Both passed. Both passed.
So there's no issue.
Answer.
There's no issue at all.
Yes, sir.
When you're getting 1 by 2 past, what does that mean?
One failed, but I don't know which one is passed, which one is failed.
You don't know which one is passed, which one is failed, but you're sure that one is failed.
Yes, one is failed. One is failed and one is passed.
Okay.
Is any way which one is failed or no idea?
Okay. You don't need to. Okay. So I'll tell you. 2 out of 2 passed. 0 out of 2 passed means?
Means both failed.
Which one? Instance is failed.
And system check is failed.
Okay. System is related to what?
System is related to
Hardware failure.
Hardware.
When hardware fails, instance is related to what?
Hardware is failed means system check.
No, instance status check is related to operating system.
Operating system.
When hardware fails, obviously operating system will also fail.
Yes.
Operating system cannot be loaded on invalid hardware. Are you understanding?
Yes.
Because so when you're getting 0 out of 2, that means what is guarantee failure? System is failed.
Yes.
Do you understand?
Yes.
All right.
Good.
1 out of 2 passed. That means definitely operating system failed. Because if this one fails, which one system fails, automatically operating system will also fail. Did you understand?
Yes. Yes.
Did you understand? Did I answer your question?
Yes, sir. Answer.
System check is passed. And instance check is?
Fail.
Now you got clear?
Yes. Pass.
Okay.
System check.
Got it? Because?
Yes, sir.
Okay, thank you. So we had a discussion about this, pretty simple. We had a discussion about status checks, how to troubleshoot it. If 1 by 2 pass, you have to reboot. If 0 out of 2 pass, you have to stop and start the instance. Okay, so you know it. Next. Next point. How to protect the accidental termination. Let's say your client is using this EC2 machine. This is a very important EC2 machine. It's an operating system with a set of softwares. And with great difficulty, you have performed a lot of configuration. This is a very important machine. By mistake, also this should not be terminated. Okay, termination is something like permanently removing the EC2 machine, and which you cannot undo it. Once you're terminated, there is no concept of getting back. So that's the reason when you think that a particular machines are important, when client says that these machines are very, very important, please apply protection on these instances. Yes, you can do that. There's something called termination protection. When you apply protection, if you try to terminate also, they will not be terminated. Okay, so as simple as that. Let's try to apply protection on the instances. Okay, let's say this machine is very, very important instance, where machine 1 is a very important instance, and I want to protect this particular instance. How can you protect the instance? By applying the protection. The protection is called as termination protection. How can you apply the protection? Select the machine, whichever you want to protect it. Actions, instance settings, termination protection. Termination protection. By default, it is disabled. Now I am enable. I say I want to enable the protection. The protection is enabled. Okay, the EC2 machine is in termination protection is enabled. As the protection is enabled, now if I try to terminate the instance, yes, I am trying to terminate the instance. Warning, are you sure you want to terminate the instance? Yes, I am trying to terminate it. See, it's disabled. My button is disabled. I am unable to terminate the instances because I have applied the protection. So if you feel that few instances are very, very important, very, very critical, at any point of time, mistake, humans can make an error. If you want to avoid that human errors, you can apply the protection. You can remove the protection whenever you don't want. Go to same option. Go to instance settings. There's an option called termination protection. Yes, you have to disable it. Once you disable, now when you want, you can. Sorry. And you can directly go to terminate. Okay. So you now know how to apply protection to protect the instance from accidental termination. Next point. Very, very important. Scale up. Don't get worried about the difference between scale up and scale down, scale in and scale out. First, try to understand one set, automatically understand second set. Let's try to understand scale up. Let's try to understand scale up. I am explaining you the concept of scale up. This is the AWS cloud platform. You have created one EC2 machine. Fine. Assume this is the machine which you have created. Which one? The machine one which you have created just now. Okay. Okay. Shraisha, can we have a talk?
Yes, sir. Obviously.
So we have created one EC2 machine, isn't it? This one. Okay.
Yes.
My question is, what is the hardware configuration of this EC2 machine?
So like some
What is the RAM?
RAM.
What is the processor?
Yes.
And what is the hard disk? These are primary hardware configuration, isn't it?
Yes.
Can you tell me these details about the EC2 machine which you have created?
So it would be like micro.
What is the RAM of this machine and what is the processor of this machine? What is the hard disk of this machine?
So like 1 GB RAM, a simple
1
one core
GB
processor.
memory, fine. 1 CPU core, very good.
Yeah. And
What is the
let's
hard
say
disk?
8 GB of hard disk.
Are you sure it is 8 GB?
I've most of the time I've seen 8 GB in that number.
You're right. You're right.
Okay. Yeah.
So the hardware configuration of this machine, which you have just now created, is 1 GB memory, 1 CPU core, and 8 GB of storage.
Mhm.
Because this is a T2 micro instance, isn't it? And you know,
Yes.
T2 micro instances, whenever you're launching an instance, in the first step is selecting operating system, second step is selecting T2 micro. It is very obvious that 1 CPU and 1 GB memory. Okay, so what you have said is right. And coming to point number 4, storage. Obviously, it will provide you of 8 GB of storage.
Yeah.
Okay.
8 GB. Yeah.
In case of Linux machine, it provides you 8 GB of storage. Fine. So we have created one EC2 machine, and you also know the current configuration of EC2 machine. The EC2 machine configuration is 1 GB memory, 1 CPU, and 1 8 GB of storage. Clear, Shah?
Yes.
Okay. Can you understand the term scale up? Can you explain and understand what is scale up?
Adding another machine on top of machine 1.
That scale up?
Or increasing the size of
You are right.
the 3 things.
You are right. Scale up
of
is
same
all about
machine.
increasing the hardware configuration.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, we cannot create EC2 machine on top of other EC2 machine. Okay,
Yeah.
so increasing the hardware configuration is called as scale up.
Scale up. Yeah.
So this is the current hard. That's the reason we have taken note of the current configuration. Now, what's my plan? Is let me connect the charger. So in Australia, you're in which city?
In Melbourne.
Okay.
Yeah.
What's your hobbies?
Yeah, keeping up to date with technology and
Wow.
little bit of sports. Not
Okay,
much.
you want to play which sport?
I play lawn tennis, like here
Okay,
in the neighborhood. Yeah.
okay, good. My favorite tennis player is Federer.
Yeah. Mine is Nadal.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Yeah.
My plan is that this current EC2 configuration, I want right now it's 1 GB memory. I want to change it to 4 GB RAM.
Mhm.
And CPU also right now 1 CPU. I want to change to 2 core CPU, 2 CPUs. And right now the storage of hard disk is 8 GB. Okay, I want to go to 10 GB. That's
10
what
GB.
these are the 3 components, isn't it? What we want to increase.
Yeah.
Always RAM, processor, and hard disk. Okay. First, I'll show you how can we change the RAM and CPU. How can we upgrade our RAM? How can we upgrade our memory and CPU? Okay.
Yep.
Whenever you want to upgrade the memory and CPU, you need to. So memory and CPU comes with a combination. I hope you remember. So T2 micro instances. Are you understanding? So Shah, if you select a second option, if you select an operating system, you will be entering into second option instance type.
Yes.
You can see here, it's 1 CPU and 1 memory. Okay, 1
Yes.
CPU and 1 GB RAM. Now, what's my plan? 2 CPU and 4 GB memory. Okay, so it all in AWS both goes together. There's no concept of I just want to increase RAM. Okay, and then I want to stay the CPU at the same time. So it goes together, combination, all possible combinations which are widely used in the industry as provided. Okay. So what's my configuration? You can see 4 memory, 4 gigabyte memory, and 2 CPUs. That means what type of instance I need to change to? T2?
T2 medium.
Medium. So that is instance type. So this can be possible. RAM and CPU configurations can be updated by changing the instance type. Okay. So when you want to change the instance type, what is the current type? The current type is T2 micro, and you want to change to T2
Medium.
medium. So if you want to change the instance type, you cannot change the instance type when it is in running state. So you have no other option. You have to stop the instance first. Go to actions, instance setting. And then 1 minute. Change instance type, we have an option. Change termination, change shutdown behavior.
It is
Change
grayed
instance
out.
type, disabled. Why it is disabled? Shah, why it is disabled? Because when the instance is running, you cannot change the instance type.
Yeah, first we have to stop the instance.
Let's type the instance. Staying long time. Let's wait for the instance to get stopped.
Sir,
Once
I
the
have one
instance is
question.
stopped, once the
Um,
instance is stopped, you can change the instance type. Yes, your question.
So yesterday we did auto scaling. So if we perform the process that we require to do to auto scale, but if we have to check, then how do we check it whether our
No, I am unable to understand the question. Please repeat.
so if we are performing auto scaling and we set up the launch configuration like to scale the infrastructure, so
Okay.
how we will check whether the traffic is increased and our infrastructure will get scaled? So how we
You
ourselves
want to
increase
practically
that?
see the output. That means you want to practically experience the 5th machine getting created.
Yes, sir.
Am I right?
Yes.
If you want to practically experience the 5th machine should be created, so what we have to do? We have to increase the traffic. Manually, you cannot increase the traffic. We have 2000 participants. Even 2000 participants logs in, so it's a small application. It does not need much hardware configuration. Okay, assuming in a
Okay.
heavy application, so when it is running, okay,
Okay,
so
yeah.
it will consume more hardware configuration. At that time, the CPU utilization crosses 80%. At that particular time, automatically gets created. So we cannot practically experience it. Okay.
Okay. Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah.
So I think the machine by this time is stopped. Okay, the machine is stopped. Okay, right now you can see the status of instance type is T2 micro.
Stopped.
Instance setting, change instance type. I want to go to T2 micro to T2 medium. Okay. And now it is a T2 medium instance. The T2 medium instances comes with 4 GB RAM and 2 CPUs. So when you start it, it will be much more better configuration. Got it?
Yes.
Clear? So I have shown you how to increase the hardware configuration of RAM and CPU, and both goes together. Sure.
Yes.
Now next thing is we should also learn how can we increase the hard drive.
Add storage.
Add storage. How can we increase the storage? Okay.
Yeah.
Here comes the concept of volumes. Here comes the concept of volume. Till now, we have never discussed more about volume. This is the first time we are discussing about the concept of volumes. Let's learn about these volumes. How many instances you can see in the dashboard?
5.
5 instances. As we have 5 instances, we also have 5 volumes. Every instance will have a volume. Where can we see the 5 volumes? Can you see in the EC2 dashboard, we have volumes option?
Yes.
You can see how many volumes we have. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now you got to know that every instance will have a volume. Okay.
Yes.
So if you create a 6th instance, okay, automatically 6th volume gets created. So got it? Understand? Shah?
Yes. Yes.
So volume is something like a storage. Okay. Volume is something like a hard disk. Okay.
Yes.
So when you're creating, let's say I'm creating 6th instance. Okay. I'm first up is selecting the Amazon Linux machine. I'm selecting instance type. Let's go with T2 micro. I want only one instance. Coming to 4th step, that is storage. Please observe. Here it comes about the concept of volume. Can you see here? This is a volume type. Volume type is root volume and volume size is what? 8 GB. Okay.
Yes.
Clear, Shah? So
Yes.
whenever you create an EC2 machine, the volume gets created.
So one more question, sir.
1 minute, please.
Yeah, sure.
We have created EC2 machine. This machine is having how many volumes?
1.
Yes, you are right. What is the size of the volume?
Initially 8
8.
that we saw.
Yes. So EC2 machine will have a volume. So this is an EC2 machine. Okay. And
Yes.
this is a volume which is residing in the EC2 machine. Okay. Let's complete our discussion. This machine is having a volume. Okay.
Yes.
And you can see that information. Scroll down. Can you see? Can you see here root device?
Yes.
When you click on this, it's nothing but a volume. It's nothing but a volume. So when you click on this, automatically you can see this is of a EBS volume. Okay, so this is a volume. In other words, let's backtrack it. Go to volumes.
Elastic block store.
Yeah, let's go to volumes.
Yep.
This is a volumes. And which volume is used by which EC2 machine? You can get that information in something called attachment information. Track which machine is using which volume here in the volumes dashboard. Okay. Now by default, every volume is 8 GB. Now I want to increase the hard disk of which machine? Machine 1, isn't it? That's what our plan. Scale up. I want to increase the volume. The current volume is 8 GB. Now you want to increase it to 10 GB. Okay. If you want to increase the volume, obviously you need to select the volume here. Shah, are you following? The currently
Yes,
I'm selecting the volume. Right now the size is 8 GB. Actions, we have modify volume. You don't need to stop the instances at the runtime. You can increase the volume. So right now I want to make it to 10 GB. Modify. Are you sure you want to modify the volume? Yes, I want to modify the volume. Okay, so click on yes. Modify volume request succeeded. Now it's still 8 GB, isn't it, Shah? I click on refresh. Now it has been changed to 10 GB. So did I increase the hardware configuration? When the machine is in running, you can, right now it is stopped, but you don't need to stop it. For increasing the volume, it can be do at runtime. So 3 hardware components I have shown you how to upgrade. Okay. So this
Yes.
concept of increasing the hardware configuration of existing EC2 machine is called as scale up. Scale up is all about increasing the hardware
Size,
configuration
yeah.
of existing EC2 machine.
Yes.
Did I create a new machine? No. I
No.
have shown you how to increase the hardware configuration of existing machine. This is called as scale up. Scale down, you can easily understand it's opposite to scale up, isn't it? What does that mean,
Yes.
Shah?
Reducing the configuration of
Reducing
existing
the
EC2
configuration
machine.
is called as scale down. Right now, you can see the EC2 machine is T2 medium. Obviously, T2 medium does not belong to free tier instance. So if I start using this instance, I get the bill. I want to scale down to T2 micro again. Okay, at any point of time, as the machine is already in the stopper state, go to instance setting. There's an option called change instance type. I go back to
T2 micro.
apply. Scale down. At the same time, you can also modify the volume. We can also decrease the volume size. Got it? So scale down is opposite to scale up. So scale up is called as this is called as vertical scaling. What I have just shown you is this is vertical axis, isn't it? Sure.
Yes. Yes.
This is called as vertical scaling. What I have just shown you is vertical scaling. So this is called as horizontal scaling. This is horizontal axis. Am I right?
Yes.
What I have just showcased you is vertical scaling. Vertical scaling is all about increasing the existing configuration of existing EC2 machine is called as vertical scaling. Okay, clear?
Yes.
Yes, Shah, your question.
While changing the volume, I saw something as create volume. So if there are 5 machines and 5 volumes by default, so if without creating an instance, if I create a volume, so
you can
that
create a
will
volume
be-
and keep it ready, and you can use an existing volume for the EC2 machine. Okay,
okay, yeah.
it can
So
also be possible.
by default, that volume would be attached to any machine, or
No,
it would be
it's an
just
independent volume, something
independent.
like an
Okay.
external hard disk. Okay,
Okay. Yes.
got it? Next
Yes.
point. One EC2 machine can have multiple volumes.
Okay. Yes.
It's not compulsory that one EC2 machine will have only one volume. As of now, 1:1 ratio, what we are experiencing, Shreya.
Okay. Yeah.
That means when you're creating an EC2 machine, there's one volume attached to it. So that's 1:1. But one EC2 machine can have multiple volumes. Okay.
Yeah.
Look at this.
Okay.
I'm launching instances. I'm going with Amazon Linux. T2 micro. Only one instance. Coming to storage. Right now it comes with one volume.
Yeah.
This volume, which by default you get it, is called as root volume.
Okay.
What does that mean? Whenever you create an EC2 machine, by default you get one volume, no doubt on that. So that is called as what volume?
Root volume.
Okay. Technically speaking, root volume will have operating system. Okay. In this volume, obviously operating system will be loaded. Got it, Shah?
Yes.
This is called as a root volume. But if required, you can have a additional volume. Okay. For example, you want a EC2 machine with 2 volumes. What is the reason? Could be anything. That's fine, but storage purpose. But you can have an additional volume. If you want to have an additional volume, we have an option of
add new
volume, and that new volume will be called as EBS volume.
Yes.
The additional volumes are called as EBS volumes. Elastic block storage stands for.
Yep.
Okay, the default volume that gets it automatically when you create an EC2 machine is called as a root volume. The additional volume, in case if you want to go with, so there's only one option. Those additional volumes are called as EBS volumes, elastic block storage. Okay.
Yes.
If you don't want an additional volume, so the point what I want to tell you is that we can have one to many. One EC2 machine will have multiple volumes. That's how I have showcased here the option. Okay. Next. Delete on termination selected. That means delete on termination. That means when you terminate the EC2 machine, obviously volume will also be removed.
Yep.
That's called delete on termination. Let's say you don't want the volume to be removed. You want the volume to be as is. Reason could be anything. Your client needs some data which is very important in that particular volume, but they don't want instances. Okay, you remove this delete on termination. That means instance will be terminated, but the volume will be as it is. So delete on termination by default will be selected for the root volume. This means when you terminate the EC2 machine, automatically the corresponding volume will also be removed automatically. That's the concept of delete on termination. By default, when you terminate the EC2 machine, the volume will also be terminated automatically. Am I clear,
Yes.
Shah? I hope I'm
Yes.
very clear.
Yeah.
So, fine. Next. So, we have, okay. I want to practically show you an EC2 machine with two volumes. I want to practically show you a EC2 machine with two volumes. I want to create one EC2 machine, and our plan is to have this EC2 machine to have how many volumes, Shah? Two volumes. So
Two-
obviously,
two
one volume will
volumes.
be what volume?
Root volume.
Or the other volume will be?
EBS.
Okay, so let's first experience it. Launch instances, Amazon Linux, T2 Micro, only one instance, one volume by default, you get it. I want additional volume. So both I want 8 GB, that's fine. And delete on termination. That means when I remove this EC2 machine, both will be removed. Next. Configure security group, that's okay. Review and launch, click on launch. Okay, select an existing key pair, choose an existing key pair. I can also select an existing key pair, does not make any difference. View instances. And I want to name this as my name as Sunil. Okay. This is the first instance which you have created, and this instance is having how many volumes? Two volumes. And you can see in the volumes dashboard, you can see the two volumes are under process of creation. Am I right, Shah?
Yes. Yes.
And in the attachment information, you can also see both the volumes are getting attached to which instance? The Sunil
Same
is the name of the instance. Okay.
instance.
So
yes.
this is a information. Just what I want to tell you is that one instance can have multiple volumes. Okay. And every volume will have a unique number that's called as a volume ID. Every volume will have a unique number that's called as a
volume ID.
volume ID. So instance is running. I think by this time volumes are also ready. Yes. Shah, these are the two volumes, am I right?
Yes.
I want to select these two volumes which are attached to Sunil. Okay. So these are the two volumes. I think so. Am I sure?
Yes.
Let's verify. You're right. Okay. Fine. Which one is a root volume? Both are of same size, 8 GB, right?
Yes.
Sure. Which one is a
Yes.
root volume and which one is an EBS volume? Root volume is technically we have an operating system loaded into the root volume, isn't it? And,
I think the one without snapshot
you are right.
will be the root.
So snapshot gets created automatically. The volume in which snapshot is available, that's called as a root volume. Okay. And the other volume is called as an EBS volume, a volume which is not having a snapshot. Snapshot, you can say it as, I don't want to discuss about the term snapshot today. So there are two, I'll discuss more about snapshots in the coming classes, but one instance can have two volumes. Obviously, one volume will be root volume. The other volume is called as EBS volume. Root volume will have a snapshot. You can also get the volumes information in the EC2 instance also. This is a Sunil instance. Scroll down. This is root. This is block. Root refers to root volume. Okay.
Yeah.
And this is a volume ID. So you can get the information about this information. So using this, you can see how many volumes are getting attached and which one is a root device and which one is a block device. You can get it when the volume is having a snapshot. That's a root volume. If the volume is not having a snapshot, it's a EBS volume. Okay.
Yes.
Next. You can detach the volume. Root volume, you cannot detach it because operating system will be running, isn't it? So obviously we cannot detach it, but the other volume can be detached. Okay. You can
Yes.
detach the volume. Okay, so how to detach a volume? Pretty simple. Go to volume. Root volume cannot be detached when it is running. So go to volumes. So this is the EBS volume, obviously we understood. Okay. This is the EBS volume because it is not having a snapshot, Shah. So that's the
Yes.
EBS volume and that rest. And you right now in the attachment information, you can see, oh, sorry. State is in use. All the volumes are in use. In use refers to volumes are attached to the EC2 machines. When you want, you can detach it. So go to actions. There's an option called detach volume. Are you sure you want to detach the volume? That's it. The volume gets detached in no time. Once the volume is detached, you can attach the same volume to one more EC2 machine. Right now it is detached. Let's say you
Yes.
have one more EC2 machine, you can attach that volume to, sorry. You can attach the same volume to one more EC2 machine, altogether new EC2 machine. So you can see that. Let's wait for the machine volume to get detached. Now you can see the volume is detached. Now you can see the status is available. All the volumes are in use, but one volume is available. That means it is not in use. No instance is using this volume. Okay. You can attach it to any other instance. Let's say I go to actions and there's an option called attach volume to whichever instance you want. You can attach it. Okay. So you can attach it to dev, prod, other instances also you want to attach it. I want to attach it to mission one. Right now the mission one is stopped, but still I can attach it. So I'm attaching it. So that's what I want to tell you is that you can attach and detach the volumes. It's all about like something like an external hard disk, or you can visualize as a pen drive. You can connect and disconnect, isn't it, Shah? So these are
Yes.
called as block storage. Root volumes cannot be detached when it is running state. When it is stopped, you can detach it. But that's how you have got now more information about how to create volumes and how to deal with volumes. Hard disk is all about storing this. So this is called as, what I have shown is vertical scaling. Increasing the hardware configuration of existing EC2 machine is called as vertical scaling. Friends, let's discuss about horizontal scaling. This is the AWS cloud. You have created an EC2 machine. Now client wants to increase the hardware configuration of their infrastructure. They want to double their infrastructure. Okay. Option one, if they want to double their infrastructure, they can increase the hardware configuration of existing EC2 machine rather than creating a new EC2 machine. That's what we have already discussed. This is called as vertical scaling. Instead, we can also create altogether a new EC2 machine. In weak instance, we can create altogether same EC2 machine, same configuration. So finally, infrastructure gets doubled. Okay, this is called as horizontal scaling. So where exactly horizontal scaling is used? In the auto scaling feature, Shah, what's happening when the traffic is increasing? So are you increasing the existing hardware configuration, or altogether you're completely creating a new instance in the
New
auto scaling?
instance.
We are altogether creating a new instance. That means auto scaling comes under
Horizontal scaling.
horizontal. So auto scaling feature is all about horizontal scaling. So we will not disturb the existing infrastructure. When client wants to more infrastructure, we altogether completely create new units. That's nothing but new EC2 machine. This is called as horizontal scaling, or vertical scaling is all about increasing the existing hardware configuration. So scale out is called as horizontal scaling. So altogether a new EC2 machine comes out. Scale out is called as horizontal scaling. Okay. Scale up is vertical scaling. Opposite of scale out is scaling. Scaling is nothing but removing the EC2 machine is called as scaling. I hope you have discussed. I hope we are very clear in understanding the horizontal scaling and vertical scaling. So let's have quick questionnaire. Any questions? Mastan, how are you?
Hi Sunil. Good
Yes. Good afternoon. Your
afternoon.
question.
Long time, like from day one, I'm waiting for that.
Okay.
So
Thank
I have
you.
like 3 to 4 questions, but before that, I just want to ask one question.
Yep.
So you have given one email ID, right? So like, I'm not like everyone is not getting chance. So if you have any questions, you can send to that email ID. We'll get response, right?
Oh,
I mean, for every day like question.
yeah, you can send that. Okay.
Okay. So
no.
just-
Support is all about our admin team, our management team. So if you want some issue, you have some questions related to upcoming batches or previous batches or DevOps and all those payment links, payment confirmations, YouTube videos and all those. So go for support.
Okay.
If you have any technical questions, send an email to me, Sunil at okay.
Okay. So
Support, not Gmail. Support at Logic Labs. Sorry.
Logic Lab. Okay. Sure. So let me go to my question. Like
Yep.
first one, any other way like we can find like which is the failed one and instance on system one. So do you have any other?
Which is? I'm sorry.
I mean, like we are
You're talking
saying
about
that-
status checks.
Yeah, status checks only.
If you
So
want
we
to
are
know which one is failed or which one is passed, you can get the complete report. Can you see here we have status checks tab, Mastan?
Yeah.
We have a status checks tab. Okay. So if
Okay.
you don't want to guess, you can see system status checks and instance status checks. Right now, you're not getting anything. Both are working fine. So otherwise, you get a red color here. Okay. So which one is failed, which one is passed, you can get that in the status checks. Okay, tab.
Okay.
Okay, instead of
Yeah.
guessing.
Yeah, got it.
Next.
Okay. Next question, like, do you have any replication of this? For example, if you click on the IDICC bank, the web pages will be available in EC1 mission, for example.
Okay.
So everyone will like click on that ICICIbank.com. It will trigger to EC1
Mission one.
mission, right?
Okay.
So it will not go to like, auto scaling. It will not go to second EC2 mission, right? So
Now, what load balancer is doing?
So it will like send to other EC2 mission when the
Yes.
topic increases.
Yes.
But those web pages
No,
will
no,
not.
no, no, no. 1 minute, 1 minute, 1 minute. Mastan?
Yeah.
This is mission 1.
Okay.
This is mission 2. Okay.
Yeah.
This is your personal laptop.
Okay.
You are accessing ICICIbank.com. Request will go to
Yeah,
load
load
balancer.
balance. Yes.
Okay. Now, will it go to mission 1 or mission 2? Assuming mission 1.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
The second request will go to whether the traffic increase or not. It will distribute the traffic, whether even though the traffic is low.
Okay.
We have seen it, right?
Absolutely.
Hello, we are getting
Yeah.
Google 1 and Google 2. Is it
Yes.
because of traffic getting increases? No, it's not because of tracking. By default, load balancer will distribute it, whether traffic is low or high. Okay.
Okay.
Yes. Now your question.
So on this EC1 mission, we have web pages. For example.
1 minute.
suppose it's
Okay, let me write it. Let's say we have index.html.
Okay.
Next.
The same web pages will not
Should
be
also
available on.
should be synchronized. These
Okay.
EC2 missions should be synchronized, isn't it? So when you're getting mini statement, you're getting, assuming if you're getting it from first page, you should also get it from second EC2 mission. There are special synchronization services which helps in synchronizing the EC2 missions. This means when one mission gets updated automatically within a fraction of a second, the second mission also gets updated. Both will be available synchronized to the end user. Okay, so that the end user, whether he's getting the page from the first page or second from the first, end user is unaware of it, but both the missions will be always synchronized with each other. So there are special synchronization services. Mastan. Okay.
Okay, that will be coming in future, right? Synchronization.
Yeah, that's a different service altogether. Okay.
Oh, got it.
Clear.
So one last question. Say, in general, like once we created that Linux machine, we are connecting as a root user with a host name or DNS name. So
we
there
are,
we are not.
how are we connecting to the Linux machine?
See, we are giving like EC2
Using PuTTY.
user at the rate, PuTTY.
Yes.
So we are
I
connecting.
think we are
directly, right?
connecting using not root user. There's a default user called EC2-U, EC2-user or something.
Yeah.
Isn't it?
EC2
When you're
only.
connecting to the terminal, you're getting this EC2-user. This is the username. Okay.
Yes, right.
Okay.
So there we are not using passwords, right? So
Yes.
is there any way to get the password and we can use like directly
Instead of
password?
password, we are pointing to PPK file. Correct?
Okay.
So
Yeah,
PPK
yeah.
file is a replacement of password. That's the reason you are unable to connect it. Okay. You are able to connect it. Got it,
Yeah.
Mastan?
Yeah. Sunil, if any service, for example, if you are running any service, we'll get logs of that service.
Yes.
For example, if we
VPC
don't know-
logs, you have to wait for the VPC concept to be completed so that
Oh,
you'll understand the VPC logs. No?
Sure. Yeah.
The complete infrastructure monitoring, Mastan, which
Yeah.
from where we are getting the traffic at any given point of time, from which IP addresses we get, how many users are getting connected. Client
Okay.
can go complete infrastructure using VPC logs. Okay.
Okay.
We have
So
to
I'm
wait for
deleting
VPC.
all the instances once the practice is.
Please do
So
that. Okay.
yeah.
In case if you want to check whether you have received bill or not.
Okay.
Here in the services, go here you have search field, right? So search for
Mhm.
billing.
Okay.
When you search for billing, you can check whether you have received bill or not. If you terminate the instances immediately after you practice, you will not get the bill. But in my case, I am doing a lot of trading, so I use different hardware configurations. So I definitely get the bill. If I
Okay.
want to check whether they have received bill or not, I can go for search for billing,
Okay.
where I can see I have received a bill of 332 rupees. Okay. So
Okay.
this is
So
how
if you
you can
remove
check.
instance, it will be automatically like a load balance, launch config. Automatically, it will delete, right? Like,
Which one? Sorry.
if you terminate the instances.
If you terminate the instances, yes.
Yeah. So then load balancer and
Load balancer will not be terminated. You need to manually terminate the load balancer. We have seen that last session.
yeah. We have stopped manually. I'm just asking like whether it will
If you
automatically.
remove the instances, well, load balancer will not be removed. Load balancer you have to manually remove it by going to load balancer in the dashboard, and there is an
Okay.
option called delete option where you have to delete the load balancer. Got it, Master?
Yeah. For this
Okay.
billing will generate, right?
Sorry.
For this billing will generate, right? Load balancer.
Yeah. Billing will be generated. That's the reason. If it is okay, a couple of 2 times, 3 times practicing, that's not a problem. When you practice
Okay.
for more than the EC2 limitation is EC2 service limitation is you can use 300 hours in a month.
Okay.
300 hours of EC2 machines you can use it. So daily, if you're using 1 hour, it close to 30 days. It will be 30 hours, isn't it? So 300 hours is a long way to go. Okay. So if you daily practice 5 hours, you end up with 150 hours. Okay. So that's not a problem. But if you're doing parallel, look at this, my instances. Okay. There are 5 instances which are running every day, isn't it?
Yeah.
So it's every 24 into 5. It's one day I have more number of instances, isn't it? So I get a chance of bidding, but I cannot remove it because I have dependency examples for the DevOps batch. So, but for you, once you practice this, remove it immediately so that you will not get the bill. Okay, Mastan?
Sure. Thank you very
much. Thank you. Now, one more interaction before ending. So, Nagarjuna Gupta.
Hi, Sunil.
Good afternoon.
Yeah, good afternoon. Yeah, just want to ask you. So, for creating all this, increasing the volumes or means scale up or scale up, all looks navigation is it's understandable. But in real time, is it simple? Or they're doing any automation?
No. Increasing the volumes, decreasing the volumes is a pretty easy task, but you have to understand the concept of volumes.
Not only this volume.
Okay.
Not only this thing, but creating easy instance.
There are some other tools also. We have tools called Terraform, which helps you to configure the instances rather than manually doing it. Okay. So there are other tools also in AWS. One example is Terraform, which you can create the infrastructure by writing a code. Nagarjuna, if you write a code and run the code, the EC2 machine gets created. That's called infrastructure using code. So there are separate tools for that also. Okay.
So is this topic is covered in this course?
No, that's a completely altogether different tool. Okay. That's called as Terraform. That's not part of this.
Yeah, the Terraform is comes under DevOps, or it will come into AWS also.
It is used in both the infrastructures. Okay, both DevOps and AWS. It's a special tool, additional tool.
Yeah, I think without learning those, we can't. It's a compulsory thing, I believe. So in real time, not that much easy. Means they will not give this type of full access to the DevOps engineer to do the daily activities. That's what I believe.
No, there are access. The people go for IA. In real time, we access using IAM, Identity and Access Management. Okay, where in which we have a shared access to the AWS console. So we'll be seeing that soon. Okay, but having knowledge in Terraform always adds value to your resume.
Okay.
Okay. Thank you. Okay, so I hope you have enjoyed this session. The many more concepts to be, we have discussed about attaching, detaching volumes. We have not discussed about snapshots. Snapshots, Amazon machine images are the topics to be discussed in tomorrow's session. So please do not miss tomorrow's session where we'll continue our discussion about dealing with snapshots in tomorrow. Okay, and please Subscribe to our YouTube channel for the updates related to additional tools or batches or workshops. Please subscribe to our YouTube channel, which is mentioned in the chat box. Pick up the YouTube channel link from the chat box and please subscribe. You get the more information in YouTube channel. Okay. Thank you all. And one more interaction. Let's make it. Monica Gatla. Your question. You are allowed to unmute. You have raised your hand, Monica.
Yeah, yes. Good morning.
Yeah. Monica, how are you?
Yeah, I'm fine. What about you?
Yeah, doing well. Yes, your question.
Yeah, yesterday I'm doing the job. I cannot create AMI. Then I'm
Not creating AMI. Please use the AMI which you have used in the notepad. Okay. Use the same AMI. You will able to do
yeah,
that.
I'm not able to access that AMI.
Which AMI you are trying to access?
Yeah, which you have provided in the notepad. I have typed a copy paste.
You will get it.
Yeah, I'm not
This is
getting
the
it.
AMI ending with
It's
Beba.
not used. Huh?
This is the AMI. It is ending with BEBA. Please use the same AMI. You will get it. Look at this.
Yeah, I used it 2 to 3 times for launching.
You will get it. See, look at this.
Yeah, I'm not able to see.
Search for the AMI. This is the AMI. Okay.
Still, I'm
Ending.
not able to see.
Okay, 1 minute. I have not started sharing the screen, right? Can you see now?
Yeah, I use it.
This is the
same
AMI which is
AMI.
ending with BEBA. Okay. So
Okay.
select this AMI. You can see here.
Yeah, I will try today.
1 minute. Look at this. I'm launching the instances, Monica. Here I can search for the AMI. This is the AMI available. Amazon Linux. Okay. Please use this AMI.
Yeah, okay, sir.
Okay. Yeah. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you all and see you tomorrow. Yes, Monica.
Yeah, when we are changing the tire to another tire, no, that is not a free tire, no.
Yeah, you
Like,
get the bill. I have changed it to T2 micro to T2 medium.
yeah, that will cut our balance amount.
Yes, you are right. That's the reason I have not started the instance. I have just changed the instance. If you start using it, you will get the bill. That's a nominal bill. Okay.
Okay.
We'll start it. Thank you. Thank you all and see you tomorrow where we'll learn more about Amazon Mission Images. Thank you, everybody.